I rise today in support of the Delivering for America Act. I also rise in strong support of the brave postal workers across this nation who are continuing to deliver the mail for the American people in the middle of a global pandemic. The Postal Service is a critical component of America's infrastructure. It provides a lifeline of medication, supplies, and mail for all Americans everywhere they live, especially in this time of need. Earlier this year, the Postal Service asked Congress to help. They asked us for $25 billion in critical assistance to help navigate through this crisis, just like all these other industries did, businesses and entities who received federal funds from Congress. This was not a Democratic request. It came from the Postal Service, and it was supported unanimously by the Board of Governors, all of whom were appointed by President Trump. In response to this urgent request, the House acted. The House said yes. We acted swiftly to help the Postal Service. We voted to include $25 billion in the HEROES Act, and we passed it on May 15th. Unfortunately, the President would not agree, and the request has languished for more than 3 months. And now we know why, because the President told us why. He admitted on national television that he was blocking the $25 billion in order to hobble mail-in voting. That's what he said, and I'd like to read it to you, and I quote, "They want $25 billion for the post office. Now they need that money in order to make the post office work, so it can take all of these millions and millions of ballots," end quote. Regrettably, it does not end there. Now the new Postmaster General is using this lack of funding to justify sweeping and damaging changes to Postal Service operations, and we have seen the results. National headlines about delays of days and weeks in mail, veterans desperately waiting for their medications, sorting machines being ripped out and put in dumpsters. Yesterday, some of my Republican colleagues argued at the Rules Committee that there are, and I quote, "no delays," end quote. That's right, no delays happening anywhere. They claimed repeatedly that there is no data that proves these delays are real. But we have eyes, and we have heard accounts from across this nation, from our districts in every district in this nation. And we have the Postmaster General himself, who admitted yesterday that there are, in fact, delays, that he feels bad about them, and that he's working feverishly to address them. In addition, this afternoon, we have something else. We have new information. We have received new internal Postal Service documents showing nationwide performance data from July and August, official post office data. These new documents show that the delays we have all heard about are actually far worse than previously expected and told us. And they are across the board, they are across this nation. This afternoon, I am making these new documents available to all members of the House, and I urge you to review them carefully, and they will be available on the floor during this debate. The bill we are considering today is simple. It does two things. First, it provides the $25 billion the Postal Service requested on a bipartisan basis to help during the coronavirus crisis. Second, it returns delivery standards to the way they were before the Postmaster General recently caused all those delays, which has an impact on the delivery of the ability of Americans to vote by mail. This is not a partisan issue. It makes absolutely no sense to implement these dramatic changes in the middle of a pandemic less than 3 months before the November elections. The American people do not want anyone messing with the post office. They certainly do not want it to be politicized. They just want their mail, they want their medicines, and they want their mail-in ballots delivered in a timely way. And that is exactly what our bill does. Thank you, and I reserve the balance of my time.